Hello 102ers, can you believe we're just entering week 4? Almost halfway. I told you this summer would move quickly, didn't I? For those of you who are actually watching the videos, I'm glad. Please drop me an email and let me know if you're getting anything out of them, if they're interesting, if they suck. I want to know so I can craft them a bit better to your needs. I figure a straight informational video would just be torture for everyone involved. Am I right? So here we are in week 4, and we are well on our way to solidifying our topics and our ideas. Scroll to the 102 Masterclass schedule over here on the right-hand side, about halfway down. Look for this big weird picture here. Click on the link. And then scroll down to the aptly titled week number 4, right here. And you can see that we really don't have a lot this week, right? 2 documents, 1 assignment. Pretty straightforward. Well, let's jump into it. In reading your sources, it's basically a rehash of something I've taught since the beginning, and I remember being taught to me as early as junior high, the 3 stages of reading. It doesn't matter how you remember it. For example, it was always pre-reading, reading, and post-reading to me, and right now they're saying that it's preview, read and annotate, and reread. But it really falls down to that simple set of ideas. First, you want to skim over the material to see what jumps out at you. Read the title. The author blurb that sometimes appears at the beginning of the article. It's usually in smaller italicized font, and don't worry, everybody ignores that one for some dumb reason. And then notice all the bolding, the section headers, the inserts, pretty much anything else that grabs your attention and draws your eye to it. By doing that, you'll have somewhat of an idea about what's coming. Next, you're going to slow down and actually read it. Don't just run your eyes over it and think about other things. Seriously, if you're not soaking it in, you're not reading. If you have to ask yourself, what in God's name did I just read at the end of every page because you were thinking of your dinner menu or how to get tickets to WrestleMania, you might have been moving your eyes, but you weren't working your brain. This is the time when you need to do both. So this is where you pay attention, annotate or take notes, ask questions, highlight, ask questions, look things up, ask questions, and, what was that other thing? Oh, right, ask questions. The more questions you can ask yourself, the more you will force yourself to look up. The more you look up, the better you will understand things. Okay? That is really key. And then lastly, down here, what you're going to do is you're going to go back over those questions. Answer the ones you haven't already answered. You'll try to make sense of the things you haven't quite grasped yet. Those are the 3 stages, regardless of how they are worded, and they help out quite a bit. Now, down here, you can see more directed questions and ideas, so you can go through the synthesizing sources sample, but we'll talk about that in a second. But all of this material is right here. It covers it pretty well, and honestly, I think we covered it nicely, don't you? Okay, enough self-aggrandizing. Let's continue. For planning your informative research essay, there are 5 expandable boxes that you can click on to get a lot more information. Honestly, they try to help you going down the path of getting these things right. So finding your angle is what I've been kind of talking to a few of you about in your topic. You know, you can't write a paper on racism when it's an argument paper because there's no argument to it. Racism is bad. We know that. Racism is terrible. We know it causes issues. But give me an argument there. I had a student once write a paper on how racism informed home buying in this country and how, we need to fix that with the government agency requiring certain aspects for home buying. That was a good argument. So find a specific idea. So find your angle. What was the synthesis question? What past experiences or prior knowledge do I have? And so forth. All of this will help you. Look at your relevant background information. Make sure that you understand what is coming forward with that topic. What do my readers need to know and so forth? Because honestly, that's really the important question. That one very important question that everybody knows. Oh, God, no. You're all too young to remember this damn song, but it was everywhere in the early 2000s. Commercials, television shows, movies, cartoons, old people singing it. You could not escape it no matter how hard you tried. And if you don't know who this is, thank your lucky stars you've never heard of the Baha Men, or Who Let the Dogs Out. Damn, I hate this song. Now, the important question to ask here happens to be, if I was ignorant of this topic, what would I want to know in order to move forward? That's what you're going to do. If you can help your reader get a little bit more experience with your topic, you can guide them through the ideas that you feel are important. You can show them the evidence that makes the most sense right here. Okay? It's relevant to your angle. You can start to create your own world for them to walk in, because that is writing, folks. Your world building. You want your reader to forget about their daily lives and live and breathe what you provide for them. I know that sounds creepy and narcissistic, but think about the best books you've ever read. It's almost a letdown when you finish, isn't it? Finally, we have our only assignment for this week. It's a planning document. There we go. It is a planning document to get you interacting with your two sources for the unit. You need to clearly illustrate the links between these two sources and how they deal with your topic. So all the information that you're going to need is here. Make sure that your articles have authors that are clearly named. No non-authored web articles. They should be between 2 and 4 pages in length. Should be a news magazine or article. If the article is extremely long with chapters, find a new one. Should convey an opinion or stance on the issue. They should be arguing something. Should not be less than 1 page. Should not be an excerpt or a chapter from a book. Should not be informative or neutral. I don't really care about this one. Should not come from University Wire. I really don't care if it comes from University Wire, because those are mostly well-researched. And it cannot be older than 5 years. Remember. Okay? Remember that. 5 years. Count backwards with me. On your thumb, we have 2023, 2022, 2021, 2020, 2019. That's 5 years, including 2023, okay? So nothing older than 2019, and I'll give you until, like, January. Who cares? So, you're going to do all that, but where do you go from? Okay, go up here and click on this link. It will download a paper. That paper will look kind of like this. It's actually not bad. I switched it a little bit. I added some examples up here for you. 2 articles here. In Defense of Binge Watching and Problems Caused by Binge Watching, and go even deeper than previously thought. Those are the titles. Here are the URLs. Authors, the year of publication. Yes, it's older than 2019. These are samples. Get over it. So, when you're looking at what you're going to do, you're going to put the title and URL for Article 1 here. Title and URL for Article 2 here. Author 1, Author 2, Year 1, Year 2. Okay? Perfect. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go down here to the comparative grid. Now, what I've done is showed you is I'm taking the In Defense of Binge Watching here. Again, Article 1, Article 1, Article 2, Article 2. And I've listed out some questions that I've come up with. A minimum of 3 here. I'd like you to come up with 4, because I'm a jerk like that. But I'd like you to come up with 4 questions that both articles answer. First one should be very easy. Define your topic. We're talking about binge watching here, whether it's good or bad. Great. What is binge watching? Great. Here's a definition. We're going to tell exactly what comes from Cohen's article, source 1. We're going to tell exactly what comes from Dodgson's article, source 2. And then we're going to provide the paragraph numbers that we found. Okay? And then down here, again, the next one's very easy. What is this article's opinion of the topic? So what is the article opinion of binge watching? So for all of you, if you want to use what is, define your topic, what is the opinion of your topic for your first 2 questions, I am perfectly fine with that. And then for the 3rd and the 4th ones, I want you to go a little bit crazy. I want you to come up with them on your own. Ooh, I know it's tough, but you can do that, okay? And you can see that you can skip through and give multiple points from that article. And then you're going to put them right down here. List your questions here. List your sources here. And answer them here. That's literally the entire assignment. This will start you thinking about both sides and how they aren't as far apart as you think. The next step, which we'll tackle next week, will be you creating a new idea from these concepts. And that's synthesis, my friends. Remember the Lego talk we had last week? Excellent. You do care. That's so sweet. Not a very long video. It's going to be under 11 minutes. Not a very exhaustive week. It's sort of nice being able to have an easy week after the paper, isn't it? As always, whatever I can do to help, please reach out early. Once this is submitted, you can binge watch until your butt hurts. But make sure that until this is submitted, you get on it. Have a great week and enjoy the weather.